Central Popular Science Film Studios, Moscow. 19 space years. Man has many space flights ahead and new discoveries in the universe. But two events in the history of space research will always remain in our memories: the launching of the first artificial Earth satellite and the first flight in space by a human being, a Soviet citizen, Yuri Gagarin. These events determined two main trends of Soviet space research: the penetration of space aboard a piloted spaceship and with the aid of an automatic apparatus. In 19 years, several hundred space flights were undertaken in the USSR. Soviet automatic stations launched the study of interplanetary space of the solar system. At last, the world saw the reverse side of the moon, receiving the image of the moon's surface. A sample of lunar rock was brought back. Lunokhod-1, a self-propelled laboratory, functioned on the moon successfully for almost a year. Learning about the moon, we delve deeper and in more detail into the Earth's past and present. Several Soviet automatic space stations have succeeded in making a soft landing on Venus, one of the most mysterious planets in the solar system. Now we know that the temperature on Venus reaches almost 500 degrees centigrade and the pressure is 90 atmospheres. Automatic stations are space scouts. They will always precede man, preparing his safe arrival. Today, everyone is beginning to understand that the study of the universe is a job for all the peoples of the world. In order to succeed in this great endeavor, joint efforts are required of countries and peoples. The Soviet Union cooperates with scientific organizations of the socialist states and other countries conducting space research. The Intercosmos program is based on principles of equality and mutual aid in complicated space experiments for the benefit of future development of science and technology. The first Indian artificial Earth satellite was launched into space with the Soviet rocket. Soviet and French specialists have conducted many interesting experiments in space, thus greatly enriching science. The Soviet Union's peaceful policy has enabled the carrying out of the first joint spaceflight of the Soyuz and the Apollo spaceships. Preparations went on for 3 years, joint training and a search for new technical solutions. At the final meeting, the Soviet and American scientists voiced confidence that this flight will serve the cause of peace and détente and will launch a closer cooperation between the two countries in conquering space. For the first time in space history, an international orbital station was created for a humane purpose, for guaranteeing safe flights in the universe. The Soyuz Apollo spaceflight was the prototype of future international space stations. The Soviet Soyuz manned spaceship is a reliable means for transporting cosmonauts into orbit to conduct various space experiments. The first experimental manned space station was created in the Soviet Union. Soviet scientists view such orbital stations with alternating crewmen as the main route for man into space. But for solving more complicated tasks, serving science and the national economy, more scientific space stations are required. The Salyut station became the first long-duration space research station aboard which people of various professions can work. It is equipped with most complicated scientific apparatuses. An increasing number of scientific instruments and devices are set up on each Salyut station, and the systems are perfected. The number of tasks for the cosmonauts to solve is growing. New space stations with larger crews and more sophisticated assignments will appear in the future. Recently, people got the chance to see the Earth from space, and this amazed and shocked them. It turned out that our planet is not so big as we had imagined, and that we must treat it with care and concern. Today, our main task is to study the Earth from space, to use space for improving life on Earth. Therein lies the meaning and contents of the Soviet space research program. Each time the crew returns to Earth, it will pay a visit here to the first cosmonaut. There are always many flowers on this pedestal. Today, spacemen are dreaming of flights that will be carried out in 10 years. Time and the future generation will decide how these flights will look like. But one thing is clear, it will be a wonderful flight, and the aims will be lofty. And in this lengthy flight, people will recall who had launched the space era.